Well, welcome in here this morning as we get our first game of the day underway. We got a whistle and a foul. We'll send the Barons to the free throw line here. So Greater Gwinnett at the free throw line here in the form of Ethan Lesser. It's Greater Gwinnett and Hamilton Heights Navy or B team. For Greater Gwinnett, it will be Ethan Lesser, Bryson Dennis, Andre Penoyer, Sam Munoz, and Aaron Massenberg getting the start here today. For Hamilton Heights, it's Tony Farrar, Burke Tonkus, Sammy Itoto, Jaden Athaway, and Issa Galoom. So Lesser goes 1 out of 2. It's now a 5-1 lead for Hamilton Heights here early. Free throw line jumper is good by Jaden Athaway. If I have this right, this is Boys Division III Consolation Championship, right? 5th place?
It is, as I understand. That's right.
We see so many different divisions and teams and everything that it all kind of runs together after a while, but a little stutter step on the outside, but a traveling violation called on Athaway. And it will be Barons basketball on the far side.
We want to thank everyone for tuning in with us this Friday morning, Championship Friday, here at Fort Bluff Camp, home of the NACA.
Well, we have a kicking violation on the far side, so Barons to play it in. A 7-1 lead for Hamilton Heights here early. Free throw line jumper, that's short, out of the hands of Massenberg, and back the other way comes the Hawks. And it's not deflected out of bounds, and Hamilton Heights will play it in from the near sideline. This pass back over to the near side, now back out top to Farrar. It's a little game of catch out front between Athaway and Farrar. Now Farrar fires from the free throw line. That wouldn't go, and back to the way come the Barons. Up the floor, Dennis has that rejected up into the bleachers as Sammy Itoto gets down the floor and erases that. By the way, Sammy, in 3 games in this tournament, has 22 block shots.
Wow.
So he's averaging 7 block shots a game. That's pretty impressive.
That is. He got a big one right there.
And that inbounds pass goes nowhere. There's no one even standing out there, so Hamilton Heights will play it in. A little bit of miscommunication for the Barons. And Tony Farrar to bring it up here for Hamilton Heights. Approaching the midway point of the first quarter, there's a nice little move on the inside, but the floater won't go for Itoto, and back to the way come the Barons. Out front, Penoyer steps back out, and Gwinnett will get it started here. Long 3 on the wing, that's no good. And the rebound comes down to the Hawks. Up the far side is Tonkus, swings it back to Farrar. Now over on the near side to Athaway. Tonkus again in the corner, and he'll just lay it in along the baseline. 9-1, Hamilton Heights with the lead. Penoyer works right side, 16-footer there is good. Rattled in by Bryson Dennis. First of, I don't know, a lot of games today. I think it's either 7 or 8. And we got every single championship for the entire tournament today for you. So that foul on Sam Munoz, that'll be his first and team first on the Barons. Should have a hold there, and it will be on Andre Penoyer. That's his first, team second. Grabbed a hold of Itoto as he was trying to make his move to the hoop. And wide open underneath. The Barons just fell asleep. And the layup for Issa Galoom. 11-3 now the lead for Hamilton Heights. 3-ball on the wing is good, plus the foul. Triple for Andre Penoyer. That's the first 3 of the game for the Barons. And I don't know if they're going to consider that on the shot or on the floor. They're going to say the three-pointer is good. Nope, they're going to go ahead and give them the 4-point opportunity here. Not sure who that foul was on. Free throw is good, and a 4-point play for Andre Penoyer, making it 11-7. I think that was on Tony Farrar. That would be his second and team second. Now Farrar for 3. That's no good. And the rebound down low to the Barons. Penoyer back the other way on the wing for Lesser. Baseline 3 is off the mark. A rebound put back up and in underneath by Aaron Massenberg. As Gwinnett starting to tighten this game up a little bit. 11-9 the lead for the Hawks. Tonkus swings it right side. That 3 off the mark by Galoom. And back the other way come the Barons. Penoyer swings it back out front. That pass picked off. And an easy layup on the other end for Issa Galoom. Now 13-9, down to 2 minutes to go in the quarter. And that rattles around it out for Connor Newman. So Farrar up top is 3-ball on the wing. That's no good from Tonkus. And now the Barons will just walk it up here. 1.5 to go in the first. 13-9 is the lead for Hamilton Heights. Baseline floater off the mark. Rebound tipped up, and Farrar's got it. Hathaway out front. Farrar's 3 is good. Tony Farrar with his first bucket. And it is a 16-9 advantage for the Hawks. Under a minute to go now in the first. Deep 3 on the left wing is off the mark. And once again, Hamilton Heights with the board. Farrar up the left side. Hathaway along the baseline. Missed the layup. Rebound deflected. Tracked down by Hamilton Heights. I think that was Itoto in the corner, but he was out of bounds. As Marcelino Edwards checks in. So Bryson Dennis into the front court here. And a hold for the last shot of this first quarter. So off the right side, work the Barons. Runner in the lane. That won't go with 1 second to go in the quarter. And Hamilton Heights will lead at 16-9 after 1. We'll take a break, come back with quarter 2 in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament. Back to it here as we start quarter number 2. 3 ball on the wing. That's off the mark for Penoyer. And back the other way comes Hamilton Heights. Down to 7:40 to go in the half. Swing it around along the baseline. 3 ball there is no good. In fact, that's out of the hands of Burke Tonkus. And now the Barons back up the left side. 3 ball, no good from Ethan Lesser. Rebound put back up, no. And now the Hawks out on the run. Athway pulls up in the front court and will set it up. So Athway gets a screen. Down the lane, good pass on the inside, and the 2-hand dunk from Sammy Atoto. 18-9, the lead now for the Hawks. Off the right side is Penoyer, tries to go to the free throw line. The runner there is no good by Lesser. And then we have a whistle and a foul on Ethan. Pick up his first and team third. So on the wing, Galoom swings it back across. Tonkus along the baseline. Left it underneath for Marcelina Edwards, and Marcelino is tied up there. Jump ball will give it back to Hamilton Heights. Inbounds pass comes into Edwards. He wasn't looking for the ball, and it ricocheted off of him and went straight back out to Issa Galoom. So Penoyer into the front court. He'll fire a deep 3, and that's way off the mark. Back the other way comes Hamilton Heights. That shot blocked underneath. Good defensive play by Bryson Dennis. And it will be Hawks basketball along the baseline. Greater Gwinnett is 1 of 11 from three-point range. So down to single digits percentage-wise. Ja'Cory Morris will check in for the Barons. Out front, pull-up jumper from 16 feet. That will go by Bryson Dennis. Tonkus on the run, and he's called for a carry, so go back over to the Barons. So Tony Farrar back in as the Barons play it in here. Penoyer, a really deep 3. That's off the mark. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Hamilton Heights basketball. So out front with it is Farrar. Has to work to the lane. That deflected, tracked down on the far side by Athway. Down the lane, missed the layup with the left hand. Rebound tipped on the inside. And we got a whistle and a foul. I believe it's on Lesser. In the post, that will be the second on Ethan. Team fourth. Alley-oop pass on the inside, deflected away, and now the reverse won't go. Rebound back up, no. We got another whistle and a foul. That will go on Ethan Lesser. It's his third. Now team fifth. Now Sammy Atoto to the free throw line. That's good. So Sam Munoz returns, replacing Lesser. And that free throw banks in for Itoto. 20-9, the lead for Hamilton Heights. Coming up on 5:10 to go in the half. Penoyer out front will back it out. Was on the wing for Morris. Back up top, Dennis, pull-up jumper. That rattles around and out. Rebound inside, put back up and in by Aaron Massenberg. Baseline now for Tonkus. They swing it back around. That deflected out of bounds, and Hamilton Heights will keep it as Issaquah back in. Three ball on the baseline by Farrar. That won't go. Rebound inside by Itoto. No. And back out of there with it come the Barons. That knocked away, but a whistle and a reach-in foul on Jaden Athway. That's his first, team third. I guess it's his second. Means Farrar must only have one. Free throw line it goes. Jumper there. Off the mark by Massenberg. Back the other way comes Hamilton Heights. Athway tried to dump it in the corner. That was knocked down. Then it goes off of Athway and out of bounds. So it will be Barons basketball. And a timeout to Hamilton Heights. 4:09 to go in the half. Full timeout as the Hawks lead at 20-9. Take a break. Come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but our first championship game starts at 2:30 today with Division III boys. Is that correct, or do we have one earlier?
I think we have one earlier than that.
We have a girls' game earlier.
I think a Division II girls championship earlier than that.
Very good.
Although, don't quote me on that because, again, I've looked at a lot of different brackets this week. Runner off the glass won't go for Tony Farrar, and back to the way come the Barons. Down the lane, and that shot is absolutely erased by Sammy Itoto, leading out to the fast break. That's no good. We got a whistle and a foul down low.
Yeah, we'll take another look at this big-time block. Ooh, he just has the nose for it.
Sure does. That will send Issaquah to the free throw line here. Munoz with his second foul and team sixth. Out short, and Issa will have one more coming. And then off the mark. Rebound back up and in. So Itoto with the bucket. 22-11. Down the lane, and that's off the glass and good. That's a nice take to the hoop by Andre Penoyer. Went up high off the glass, 22-13. Back on the wing, three ball by Farrar, rattles around and out. Rebound underneath, back up and in by Marcelino Edwards. 24-13. Trying to go baseline. Now turned over. Galoom on the fast break. Down the lane. Missed the layup. And back to the way come the Barons. Ja'Cory Morris up the right side. Past the free throw line. Jumper there rattles in for Aaron Massenberg. 24-15, down to 2:25 to go in the half. Farrar goes back in the wing to Athaway. And a turnover. Pass launched into the front court. Penoyer's got it. Double teamed there. Skips it back out to Morris. That runner's no good. And we got a whistle and a foul underneath. And not really a whole lot that Ja'Cory Morris could do with that. He just kind of ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. That'll be his first and team seventh. So we got one in the bonus upcoming here. So Marcelino Edwards to the free throw line for one in the bonus. Hamilton Heights, this Navy team, 7-4 on the year. All 7 of their players are from different countries.
It's incredible.
Australia, Bahrain, the Bahamas, Turkey, China, Chattanooga here in the U.S., and Nigeria.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's 7 players, 7 different countries.
You get that crew to form some good chemistry, and they're going to be tough.
Wow. And another block goes into the bleachers from Sammy Itoto. That's now his 3rd block of the game.
So he's definitely tracking on schedule for that 7 blocks.
I'm telling you, man. And it's impressive blocks, too. They're not just like barely getting a hold of it. He's just blocking them out of the gym. They have a reach in the backcourt. That will go on Ja'Cory Morris. His 2nd foul, team 8th. One in the bonus here for Tony Farrar. This is the 2nd year, by the way, that the Navy team from Hamilton Heights has been in this tournament. Of course, the gold team is going to be in the Division I championship later tonight. Free throw here, rattles around it in. And Farrar will have one more coming. 25-15. Hamilton Heights with 1:48 to go in the half. And that free throw is good. So Morris into the front court. Let's swing it around on the baseline to Massenberg. Morris spins away. Fires it off along the baseline again. That pass deflected and stolen away. Tonkus on the run ahead to Galoom. Layup. Good on the foul. Boy, Issa Galoom somehow managed to stay under control enough to get that layup to go as Andre Penoyer picks up his 2nd foul. That'll be the team 9th. And we've got a 30-second timeout to the Barons. 1:23 to go in the half. 28-15, the lead for Hamilton Heights. Take a break. Come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA tournament. that free throw off the mark, but we have a whistle and a foul underneath on Sammy Atoto. That's his first and team fourth. As the Barons will bring it up here, and Andre Penoyer will walk it up into the front court. Off it comes to Morris. Now back it out. Now swings it over to Penoyer. He'll fire a deep three. That's no good. And the rebound down low to Atoto. And that pass over into the corner. Galoom drives baseline. And it should be, I think I end up with a charging foul. It was either going to be a turnover or a foul. I believe they called a foul on Issa Galoom, although I'm not 100% sure on that. That would be his first, team fifth. 3 ball out front. That won't go. And a whistle and a foul underneath on Bryson Dennis. That will be his first. So to the free throw line goes Sammy Atoto. Free throw, no good. And Atoto misses the second. So the Barons will bring it up down to 35 seconds to go in the half. Free throw line jumper, that's no good by Bryson Dennis. That shot blocked again by Atoto. That's his fourth of the game. And also made that one kind of go off course. So he is well on pace to getting his 7 a game. Now front with it is Athway, down to 8 seconds. Athway lost it, and it will remain Hamilton Heights basketball. The clock is still running. Should be about 4.5 seconds or so up there. There you go, 4.1, that's pretty close. Here comes baseline, 3 ball, good. Triple for Issa Galoom, and that will end it for the half. 31-15, the lead for Hamilton Heights here over Greater Gwinnett. So we'll get to your first half scoring totals as you roll through some of these highlights here for the first half. A lot of them are blocks, probably.
Yeah, we have some good ones. Those are really my favorite.
So we'll go through the first half scoring totals while you look at some of these replays here. For Greater Gwinnett, scoring, Andre Penoyer with 6 points, including a 3 and 1 of 1 for the free throw line. Ethan Lesser with 1 point. He's 1 of 2 from the line. Bryson Dennis had 2 points. 6 for Aaron Massenberg. Greater Gwinnett as a team, 1 of 15 from three-point range. For Hamilton Heights, 5 points for Tony Farrar, including a 3. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Burke Tonkus with 4 points. 6 for Sammy Atoto. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Jaden Athway with 5 points, including 1 3. 9 for Issa Galoom, including a 3. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. And Marcelino Edwards with 2 points. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Hamilton Heights as a team, 3 of 9 from three-point range. And at the half, 31-15 is the lead for Hamilton Heights.
All right, let's take a look at maybe just a few of these blocks that I've isolated.
I mean,
Big time.
He's up above the rim on 2 or 3 of those. Here's the dunk on the other end of the floor by Atoto.
Oh, be careful. Oh,
that's
just
a
floated
nice
over.
Floater,
yeah,
over the top.
Yeah, he got wise to that. Big time.
There's one back up into the bleachers there from Matoto, and just some nice defensive plays from Sammy in the first half. Hamiltonites leads at 31-15. We'll take a break. We'll come back with your second half here in just a few minutes. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament.
Educating students.
Educating students.
To become servants of Christ. Servants of Christ.
Para llegar a ser servidores de Cristo.
To make a difference in today's world.
Faire une différence dans le monde d'aujourd'hui.
Einen Unterschied in der heutigen Welt zu machen.
Fazer uma diferença no mundo de hoje.
تغيير الدنيا ده روزا.
Мы можем изменить сегодняшний мир.
9, Jared Simmons.
(31-15) as we start the second half here, and a turnover for the Barons. Out on the run is Galoom, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. 33-15. Penoyer down the lane. That won't go. And that will carry out of bounds, and it will be Hamilton Heights basketball. Farrar up the right side. Works back across to Athaway. Kaloum along the baseline, throws that up, no, and a bunch of bodies on the floor. Back to the Wake from the Barons. Got a whistle and a foul, and that's actually a good foul out front on Jaden Athaway. That'll be his third, team first. When it comes to Penoyer, Andre swings it over on the left side to Dennis. Puts that up in the lane. That won't go. And now Hamilton Heights back out on the run. That's picked up, and now a foul issued on the far sideline on Bertakis. That's his first and team second. And we got a whistle and a foul on the inside. Will be on Tony Farrar. That's his second foul and team third. Free throw here off the mark, and Penoyer to have one more coming. That rattles around and out. And back the other way comes Hamilton Heights. Down the lane, that runner no good. Rebound on the inside to a Toto, has it taken out of his hands. Outlet feed to Penoyer, and he'll lay it up and in. 33-17. And there's another steal down the lane, and laying it up and in is Bryson Dennis. 33-19. Try to swing it back around up top. Farrar for three. That rattles around and out. And the rebound underneath to the Barons. Maybe they make a little bit of a run here to start the second half. Almost a turnover. It ends up getting knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Barons. Three ball on the wing is well short from Bryson Dennis. And Hamilton Heights will bring it up here. Farrar into the front court. Comes off on the wing. We'll swing it back across. Farrar looking in the post, nothing there. Goes to Galoom for three. That's no good. And it goes out of bounds off of Lesser, and it will be Hamilton Heights basketball. Trying to go along the baseline. Farrar floats that up and in. It's a big bucket for Hamilton Heights because you can sense the momentum swing a little bit. Farrar manages to kind of put a stop to that for the time being. Free throw line jumper off the mark. And the rebound underneath to Tonkus. Off to Farrar. Now in the wing for Hathaway. Working baseline, we got a whistle on a foul. So Sam Munoz will pick up his third foul. Team first. On the inside, that won't go. Rebound tipped up and back the other way comes the Barons. And we have a whistle and a foul on Jaden Hathaway. That's his fourth and team fourth. So Marcelino Edwards checks in. Connor Newman back in for the Barons. Our floater won't go, and now the Hawks bring it back up. Farrar into the front court, backs it out. 35-19, Hamilton Heights. Farrar off that side, gives it off to Edwards, and that pass goes into the backcourt. Down the lane, the layup good by Bryson Dennis.
Yeah, that was absolutely a nice, careful finish by Dennis.
And a timeout to Hamilton Heights. 35-21, the lead for the Hawks. We'll be back here in just a moment. You're watching the NACA. So Ethan Lesser picks up the foul there. That's his fourth and team second. Free throw rattles off for Farrar. Down to just a 12-point lead here for Hamilton Heights. And Farrar makes the second. 36-23, there's a steal, and Issa Galoom is fouled in the backcourt by Lesser, and he will be done as Ethan picks up his fifth and team third.
Definitely an early exit, but showed some class and stopped by the Hamilton Heights bench and shook the coach's hand.
Farrar can pass underneath, and nice little fadeaway shot from Sammy Itoto. 38-23, down to 3:15 to go in the third. On the wing, 3 ball. That's good. Triple for Andre Penoyer. His second 3, and only the second 3 of the game for Greater Gwinnett. They're 2 of 17 from three-point range, and we have an illegal screen out front. That's going to go against Marcelino Edwards. That's his first, team 5th. Down to 3 minutes to go in the third. And if it comes to Morris, now back up top to Penoyer. Go baseline, pull-up jumper from 15 feet is good by Bryson Dennis. And all of a sudden, it's back to a 10-point game at 38-28. Farrar off the right side. Tries to go baseline. That pass picked off. Back the other way on the run comes Morris down the lane. Can't get that to go. And we got a foul on the Barons. Aaron Massenberg, his first, team 4th. Galoom swings it over into the corner. Try to come back out. That's stolen away. Morris off the left side. Penoyer fires, and good again. And another 3 for Andre Penoyer. And a timeout to Hamilton Heights. 40 should be 38-31. Should be the lead. 2:03 to go. And a 30-second timeout here.
All right, let's take another look at that shot real quick. Just picked it up on the run and launches it. We're going to run that again. Just one more look.
Well, the real big difference for the Barons in the second half as opposed to the first is the three-point shots they're taking are legitimate, good three-point shots.
Looks.
The Penoyer has had 2 or 3 of them in the second half. In the first half, he was just launching 25, 30-foot shots and not really getting set. I'm not saying that he can't make those shots, but for sure, much higher percentage shots here in the second half and good looks. And you can tell that the Barons are used to hitting some of those. 38-31 is the lead now for Hamilton Heights. Greater Gwinnett is now 3 of 18 from three-point range. Galoom on the wing. He'll fire a 3. That's way off the mark. About 2 feet too far on that shot. Back the other way come the Barons. Morris ahead. Baseline Penoyer. Another good look at a 3, and he hits again. And I'll tell you what, he's had 3 really good looks and no one anywhere near him. And Penoyer has buried all 3 of them in the second half. 38-34. Farrar back in the middle, and a whistle and a reach-in foul on Ja'Cory Morris, his 3rd, team 5th. So Samuel Walthour into the lineup. Pass goes over on the wing in the post now. Itoto turns, fires. That won't go. And a rebound in the post. And back up with it come the Barons. Trying to get closer. A deep 3 this time. That's off the mark, and that's an example of not a particularly good look, even though it is kind of a heat check here. They have plenty of time to get better looks than that, that's for sure. On the wing, Galoom tried to go in the post, and turning, firing, and scoring is Sammy Itoto. 40-34, down to 50 seconds to go in the third. Penoyer on the wing. Let's back out front, and now they'll reset here. 3 ball out front. That's short. Now 3 on the wing. That won't go. I'll back it all the way out to the timeline, and they'll hold for 1 shot here. Down to 7 seconds. Bryson Dennis kicks it off on the wing. Deep 3. That's good. But the difference on that deep 3 for Penoyer is that he had time to set up and had a good look at it. And every time this half where he's gotten a good look and been able to set his feet, he's hit every single one of them.
Let me tell you, that was deep.
And that was,
Let's take another look.
That was a deep 3.
I can't even see how far back his feet are at this
He's probably a good
angle.
7 feet behind that line, but you could tell even on the replay that look how he's shooting that. There's no one anywhere near him. His feet are set. That's a regular shot for him. And those are the looks that he can hit as opposed to just rushing them. 40-37 is the lead for Hamilton Heights. We'll take a break, come back with the 4th quarter here in just a moment. You're watching the NACA. Couple of turnovers here to start the 4th quarter. 40-37, the lead for Hamilton Heights. Pull-up jumper from 16 feet is good by Bryson Dennis. Now it's 40-39. The Barons have come back in a hurry.
Yeah, they're shooting the lights out in this second half.
And a good step to the hoop. That misses. Rebound put back up and in, though, by Sammy Atoto. One real difference of the Barons, though, is that they're getting good looks. And we have a whistle and a foul. Let's try to get to the hoop.
The young man did take a shot. He's saying he having him plot.
Burke Tonkus will pick up his 2nd.
Yeah, and Burke is indicating he took an elbow to the jaw in that exchange. He's going to shake it off. Let's take another look at that.
Yeah, he got kind of caught. Yeah. He had his back to him. And the free throw, good there. 1 out of 2 makes it 42-40 under 7 minutes to go now.
So for what was a 15-point game, 14?
Yeah, it closed in a hurry. We got a whistle and a foul on the inside. And that was before the shot on Bryson Dennis. That's his 2nd, team 6. I think they're going to give him free throws here, but in reality, he was fouled before he really went up with the ball. Free throw is good. Toto will have one more coming. Make 1 out of 2 that trip. And now the Barons will bring it back up. Penoyer down the lane, throws that up off the glass. No, rebound back up. That's blocked by Atoto. That's now his 5th block of the game. Back to the way comes Farrar. We got a whistle and a foul. Not really a whole lot you could do with that. Andre Penoyer will pick up his 3rd and team 7th. Should be one of the bonus here as Ja'Cory Morris back in. So Farrar to the free throw line here. And hits the first. So there'll be one more coming. So Farrar with the pair makes it 45-40. Morris throws it away, and it will be Hamiltonites basketball.
Those turnovers are really what I would call more in the lines of an unforced error.
Yeah, that's true. So Farrar holds out front, off to Galoom. Try to go down low. We got a whistle and a kicking violation. So it will be Hawks basketball on that far sideline. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. 45-40. Galoom fires a 15-footer. That won't go. Back the other way on the run. That won't go, and it'll be a whistle and a foul. So it'll be Tony Farrar with his third foul. That'll be team 7th. And Andre Penoyer to the free throw line. Greater Gwinnett at 20-7 on the year out of Norcross, Georgia. Coached by Steve Wimmer in his 10th year of coaching. Free throw here is good. Penoyer will have another one coming. They won the Southeast Regional Tip-Off Tournament and also the Greenville Holiday Tournament. As the free throw good here from Penoyer, and a timeout to the Barons. 5:47 to go, 45-42 the lead for Hamiltonites. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament. So while the timeout, Hamiltonites to bring it up, 45-42 is the lead for the Hawks. As we go down the stretch in the fourth. Turnaround in the lane won't go by a Toto. And back the other way come the Barons. Penoyer down the lane, up and under, and scores. Pretty move to the hoop by Andre Penoyer. 45-44, down to a 1-point game. Middle of the floor, that layup no good. Tip back up, no. A Toto again, no. A Toto again, no. And finally taken away by the Barons.
He just off balance on all those.
Yep. In the lane, and that shot is good. Aaron Massenberg, and all of a sudden, the Barons have the lead at 46-45 with 4:40 to go.
For the first time in the game, is that right?
If it's not the first time, it's the first time since about the first quarter.
Yeah. Since that first run, because Hamilton Heights, they put some points on the board early.
Out front with it is Dennis. He'll back it out, and Barons will reset here.
They've really been more effective in more of a transition style play instead of really setting up their offense.
So on it comes to Penoyer, and he'll reset again. Penoyer down the right side, kicks it out. Dennis with it. Pulls up, fires. That won't go. And the rebound down low to Itovo.
Really nice slicing and dicing to try to get an open look.
And that's thrown away. So it will be Barons basketball. 3:45 left. Greater Gwinnett has come back to take a 46-45 lead. Down the lane, that floater's no good. Rebound in the middle of the floor. Toto picks it up, and now ahead it comes to Tonkus. Down the lane, just throws it up, and back the other way come the Barons. Baseline it goes for Massenberg. Now 3 in the corner. That's no good. And the rebound down low to Itoto. On the lane, off it comes to Issagalum, who lays it in. 47-46. Again, you can see when Andre Penoyer gets set and fires it, he makes him almost every time. And when he's off balance and just putting shots up there.
Yeah, and he was very off balance on that shot, to say the least.
They swing it around. 3 ball in the corner. That's good. Triple by Connor Newman. His first points of the game, and what a time for that to come. 49-47 is the lead now for the Barons. Down to 2:25 to go in the game. Good pass on the inside. The dunk missed by Itoto. He has it knocked out of bounds, and Hamilton Heights will get it back. Inside, Tonkus goes off the glass and scores. 49-49, 2:15 left, all the way down the lane. Layup missed by Bryson Dennis. 3 ball in the corner, that won't go. And the rebound down low to the Barons, and they'll walk it up under 2 minutes to go now. Penoyer off the right side. We got a whistle and a foul on Tony Farrar. It's his 4th and teammate, so 1 in the bonus upcoming here for Andre Penoyer.
You know, this is a game that's really just a pleasure to watch. The sportsmanship on both teams. The competitive level is definitely there, yet it doesn't take away from their good sportsmanship, helping each other up.
For consolation bracket 5th place game, basically, that's been a really good basketball game. Penoyer hits the first. He'll have another one coming.
So happy to have these two teams up with us here this week.
And that free throw good. Penoyer averaging 22 points a game this year, and he is definitely on track for that and then some. Timeout, full timeout, 1:52 left, 51-49. Greater Gwinnett leads it. We'll take a break. Back with more in just a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament. So 51-49 is the lead for Greater Gwinnett here as we go down the stretch. 1:52 to go in the game. As the Barons back to that 2-3 zone again. Galoom on the far side. Out front to Farrar. Now they go in the post. And the turnaround move won't go for Itoto. And back the other way come the Barons. Dennis into the front court. Now Hamilton Heights is going to have to push the tempo defensively a little bit. The problem is the Barons can handle the basketball. And Bryson Dennis right now handling it on his own, just dribbling around in circles. Down the lane, 3-ball in the corner. That rattles around and out. And the rebound to the Barons, and they come back out front. That knocked away, and out of bounds it goes. So it will be Barons basketball. In an interesting twist, all the players in the Barons are from the Atlanta area. Seems like this tournament, everyone's from another country.
Well, that's one of the best talent pools in the nation, for sure.
So
he's going to sit on it and
Howell just fire a three. That's no good, and there's no real need to shoot that. Nobody was even out there. He could have just held the ball, and then Hamilton Heights turns it over. Boy, oh boy.
The outlet was there. The pass was a little bit too much mustard on it.
So 30-second timeout to the Barons. 38 seconds left, and Greater Gwinnett leads it by 2. By the way, the Barons also the 2017 Division III champions. Last year they won the whole thing.
And
they've been coming to this tournament, by the way, for 14 years.
So happy to have them. Great school. Yeah, absolutely. They have 5 seniors. You can see those guys made a big impact, of course, last year, returning this year. 2 juniors and 6 sophomores.
By the way, they beat King's Academy out of Woodstock, Georgia, 65-64, one of their bigger wins of the year. Also, Weber School of Atlanta, 69-66 in double overtime. So some good wins under their belt, trying to come out of here with 5th place in Division III. And by the way, that's a pretty large accomplishment considering I think there's 11 teams in Division III. Got a whistle and a foul on Burke Tonkus, and Burke picks up his 3rd, team 9th, so one of the bonus here for Andre Penoyer.
It was absolutely the biggest free throw shots this young man has made this far in this tournament.
And he hits the first. Penoyer will have another one coming. He has surpassed his 22 points per game average. He's closing in on 30, as a matter of fact. And this free throw is good.
Those were big-time free throw shots. Puts the Barons up by 4.
And off on the baseline, Galoom has that blocked. Underneath Itoto, fouled, good. And we'll head to the free throw line. Wow, that's a huge shot from Sammy Itoto. As Bryson Dennis will pick up his 3rd foul. That's the team 8th. Sammy Itoto to the free throw line to try to complete a 3-point play here. Well, down to a 2-point game. Itoto misses the free throw. And a whistle and a foul in the backcourt with 22 seconds left.
Really quick foul. Good foul.
So Burke Tonkus picks up his 4th. Now 2 shots coming for Andre Penoyer. The problem is that Andre is 8 of 11 from the free throw line.
Great heads-up foul with regards to time.
He's been almost automatic from here. He hits the first.
Not such an ideal foul with regards to the shooter.
Yeah, who it is. He's made 8 in a row at this point. 54-51, this to make it a 2-possession game. And he missed it. Well, all of that talking about it made him miss a free throw, I guess. 54-51, back the other way. Galoom left it underneath, loose, and goes through the hands of Atoto and out of bounds. It was right there for Sammy, but he couldn't reel it in, and a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. Issa Galoom with his second. With 11 seconds left to the free throw line goes Ja'Cory Morris. He really only needs to make one of these to make things really difficult on Hamilton Heights. They've got a 3-point deficit at the moment. He hits the first. That's the first point of the game for Ja'Cory, and what a time for that to come. Second free throw rattles in and out, and we got a timeout. So 11.3 seconds remaining, 55-51. The Barons with the lead. Well, the thing of it is, if you're the Barons, if you can make Hamilton Heights use some clack here, even if they make a shot. Now this, I haven't gotten a full rundown of timeouts left. I don't know if Hamilton Heights has one left. If they don't, you can just let the clock run out if it's 5 seconds or less on that clock. It's one of the things for Hamilton Heights. You got to be ready to burn a timeout as soon as you make a shot, or else the Barons can run off a good chunk of time.
Hey, if you're enjoying this broadcast, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook.
All right, here we go. Down to 10 seconds. Up into the front court comes Athaway. Kicks it off on the baseline. Farrar for three. That won't go. Rebound tipped underneath, and time is going to run out. Only 2 seconds left. This is just academic at this point. Hamilton Heights will play it in. Farrar for three. That won't go, and that'll do it. Wow. What a comeback by Greater Gwinnett as they come roaring back in the second half behind some hot shooting from Andre Penoyer. And 55-51 is the final as the Barons take home the consolation championship for Division III, which again is a pretty big deal. I think there's 11 teams in Division III, so winning fifth place is a good accomplishment. So our final totals here as we get set to roll through some of our highlights. Scoring for Hamilton Heights, 10 points for Tony Farrar, including a 3-point field goal. He was 5 of 6 in the free throw line. Burke Tonkus with 6 points. 15 for Sammy Atoto. He's 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Jaden Atway with 5 points, including 1 3. 2 for Marcelino Edwards. He's 0 for 1 from the line. 13 for Issa Galoom, including a 3 and 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Hamilton Heights finished 3 of 14 from three-point range. For Greater Gwinnett, 10 points for Bryson Dennis. Ethan Lesser finished with 1. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Aaron Massenberg with 8 points. Ja'Cory Morris with 1 point. He was 1 of 2 from the line. Connor Newman with 1 3-point field goal. $34 points for Andre Penoyer in a great second half for Andre. He finished with 5 3-point field goals and 9 of 13 from the free throw line. As Greater Gwinnett gets the win here for the consolation bracket in Division III. And they end up finishing an unbelievable comeback in this one and get that 5th place. So we got about 10 minutes before our next game of the day. It's Girls Division II Consolation, I believe, which is coming up next. We'll get to that in just about 10 minutes. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament.